Moet Entertainment.
Yeah, did some B in this motherfucking Royal fam, did some B forever, yeah. It's Coogee. Kula.
December 31st, Thursday, you're tuned in to the Wake and Bake Show with your boy, Mo at the Don. Fire them blunts up.
In that pussy, a pro, no longer a rookie. You gambling your life just like a bookie. Gun on me for a jabroni, Mac of the year, a Jamacaroni. Always with the dead, something like a mortician. I just need a gallon of swag, then I will surely start the pissing. Nigga, your time card is up, and this fortify your eviction. When the police came, nigga, it was my name you had to mention. All the guns that I have all come with an extension, and you don't get nothing off the lick, not a motherfucking pension. Notice a weak link in the squad, had to use more tension. Thinking about I wished I could've fucked my teacher, Miss Benson. No driver's license, bitch. Cut my shit, stay on suspension. And I smoke a lot of weed, but don't need no intervention. Nigga, you a crash dummy, nigga. You strike out when you do dirt. Where I come from, nigga, all of us do our homework. They will never, ever, ever understand me. I speak different all the time, that's cold to the family. Royal fam, my sponsor, but I run BSMB. All the shit that I done did, who is that I wanna see? Yeah, running to the money like I'm Usain Bolt. Can't trust you, but I'm more cutthroat than hell in that Oreo cookie. I fell asleep off in that pussy. A pro, no longer a rookie. You gambling your life just like a bookie. Gun on me for a jabroni, Mac of the year, a Jamacaroni. Running to the money like I'm Usain Bolt. Can't trust you, but I'm more cutthroat and hell in that Oreo cookie. I fell asleep off in that pussy. A pro, no longer a rookie. You gambling your life just like a bookie. Gun on me for a jabroni, Mac of the year, a Jamacaroni. Money stretch long as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'll buy you something to eat, but don't spill shit in my car. Ball hard like I'm James Worthy or Pistol Pete. In Miami enjoying the game, courtside with the heat. Give my girl some money just to keep her up at my biz. Snitching getting dealt with, I am pushing wigs. No fairy tale homes when I'm busting that 40. I'ma shoot 50 times this for my nigga bankroll shouty. Bitch, I'm the man with the golden gun. Fucking your hoe like I'm James Bond. Shooting no hollows, you better run. Leg coming hotter, man, than the sun. Leo West like burger on a bun. Don't play around with me, I'm the wrong one. You steady talking, wanna pick a bone. Found out later, you never made it home. Running to the money like I'm Usain Bolt. Can't trust you, but I'm more cutthroat and hell in that Oreo cookie. I fell asleep off in that pussy. A pro, no longer a rookie. You gambling your life just like a bookie. Gun on me for a jabroni, Mac of the year, a Jamacaroni. Running to the money like I'm Usain Bolt. Can't trust you, but I'm more cutthroat and hell in that Oreo cookie. I fell asleep off in that pussy. A pro, no longer a rookie. You gambling your life just like a bookie. Gun on me for a jabroni, Mac of the year, a Jamacaroni.
Prom dummy, prom dummy, prom dummy, prom dummy. Trom dummy, trom dummy, trom dummy, trom dummy, trom dummy, trom dummy.
Hey, it's your boy, Mo at the Don. You tune in to the Wake and Bake Show, you heard, man. We got Coogee the Mayor with Task Force. I'll let you boy.
I made it on the stage, nigga rap. This is how I made the whole damn hood hot. This is how the task force kicked in my spot. This is how I made $100 million dream true. Stayed prayed up, stayed faithful and do what I do. Smoking on the weed, got me high as a kite. I do this every day, I'm on an all night flight. I fucked your girl the other day, her pussy was a hype. Picked her up and then she gave me brain at the red light. I told her when she suck it, made sure it's extra sloppy. Fucked her on the front seat, now she calling me Poppy. Got money falling out my jeans, I spit a lot of cream. And the diamond shining bright, just like a red beam. You say you wanna rob, well I got you a job. I'ma give you the blueprint to the cream of the crop. I done robbed a lot of niggas back in my fucking day. And I done shot at plenty niggas that was in my fucking way. I get the money and stash it just to make it multiply. Don't come with that stupid shit because I keep that fire. Them 94 boys on fire, and they up next. RFBSMB, steady cashing out checks. Rolls Royce and a Bentley truck, keep a player rolling. Smoking strong as loud, and this shit here got me choking. I'ma push hard and give it everything I got. I'm collecting all the cash till they run up in my spot. Money, 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 that is always on my mind. And even when I'm rich, I'm still saving every dime. This is how I get my money, nigga. Trapping. This is how I made it on the stage, nigga. Rapping. This is how I made the whole damn hood hot. This is how the task force kicked in my spot. This is how I get my money, nigga. Trapping. This is how I made it on the stage, nigga. Rapping. This is how I made the whole damn hood hot. This is how the task force kicked in my spot.
The Democratic-controlled House voted Monday to override President Donald Trump's veto of the defense policy bill.
On this vote, the yeas are 322, the nays are 87, two-thirds being in the affirmative. The bill is passed. The objections of the president to contrary notwithstanding, the clerk will notify the Senate of the action of the House.
House member voted 322 to 87 to override the veto, well above the two-thirds needed to override. If approved by two-thirds of the Senate, the override would be the first of Trump's presidency. Trump rejected the defense bill last week, saying it failed to limit social media companies he claimed were biased against him during his failed re-election campaign. Trump also opposed language that allows for the renaming of military bases that honor Confederate leaders. The defense bill, known as the National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, affirms 3% pay raises for U.S. troops and authorizes more than $750 billion in military programs and construction. Trump's veto of the bill provoked swift pushback, with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi calling it an act of staggering recklessness that harms our troops, endangers our security, and undermines the will of the bipartisan Congress. President Donald Trump signed a $900 billion pandemic relief package Sunday evening, ending days of drama over his refusal to accept the bipartisan deal that would deliver long-sought cash to businesses and individuals and avert a federal government shutdown. The Democratic-led House supports the larger checks and is set to vote on the issue Monday, but it's expected to be ignored by the Republican-held Senate, where spending faces opposition. For now, the administration can only begin work sending out the $600 payments. In his statement, Trump also said he had secured a promise by Congress to review Section 230 of the 1996 Communications Decency Act, a law that protects online platforms from liability for content posted by users. In addition, he said Congress had agreed to focus strongly on the very substantial voter fraud in the presidential election, which was won by Joe Biden. Trump has been trying to overturn the results of the election with baseless claims of mass voter fraud that have been repeatedly rejected by the courts. President-elect Joe Biden is warning of massive damage done to the national security apparatus by the Trump administration and roadblocks in communication between agency officials and his transition team that could undermine American security.
And right now, as our nation is in a period of transition, we need to make sure that nothing is lost in the handoff between administrations. My team needs a clear picture of our force posture around the world and our operations to deter our enemies. We need full visibility into the budget planning underway at the Defense Department and other agencies in order to avoid any window of confusion or catch-up that our adversaries may try to exploit. But as I said from the beginning, we have encountered roadblocks from the political leadership at the Department of Defense and the Office of Management and Budget. Right now, we just aren't getting all the information that we need for the outgoing administration in key national security areas. It's nothing short, in my view, of irresponsibility. And the truth is, many of the agencies that are critical to our security have incurred enormous damage. Many of them have been hollowed out in personnel, capacity, and in morale, in the policy processes that have atrophied or have been sidelined, in the despair of our alliances and the disrepair of those alliances, in our absence from key institutions that matter to the welfare of the American people, in the general disengagement from the world. And all of it makes it harder for our government to protect the American people.
The man believed to be responsible for the Christmas Day bombing that tore through downtown Nashville blew himself up in the explosion and appeared to have acted alone, U.S. federal officials said Sunday. Investigators used DNA and other evidence to link the man identified as Anthony Quinn Warner to the mysterious explosion, but said they had not determined a motive. Officials said they had received hundreds of tips and leads, but concluded that no other than Warner was believed to have been involved in the early morning explosion that damaged dozens of buildings and injured 3 people.
Believed to be responsible for this horrible crime. There is no indication presently that anyone else was involved in this crime. As I've said earlier and several times before, Nashville is considered safe. There are no known threats against this city.
Was Warner on any authority's radar prior to the explosion?
No, he wasn't.
So right now we're looking at any and all possible motives. We're not at a position where we can speculate on that now. We are interviewing individuals that we've identified that are known to the suspect. We are also asking the public who if they know him, have spoken to him or know his ideology or anything that might have motivated him. We're interested in speaking to you. So again, we're looking for those tips.
What would it take to make this event an act of domestic terrorism?
When we assess an event for domestic terrorism nexus, it has to be tied to an ideology. It's the use of force or violence in the furtherance of a political, social ideology or event. We haven't tied that yet.
U.S. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris on Tuesday received her first dose of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine before live television cameras as part of a growing effort to convince the U.S. public the inoculations are safe. The Vice President-elect took a dose of the vaccine at United Medical Center in Southeast Washington, D.C., and said her husband Douglas would do the same. That was easy. Thank you. I just barely felt it. Harris said after receiving the shot. The Moderna vaccine is a part of the nation's arsenal against the COVID-19 pandemic, which has now killed more than 330,000 people in the United States and upended life around the globe. The 56-year-old Harris wanted to get the shot live on TV as a way of bolstering public confidence in the vaccine. The President-elect and Vice President-elect have now joined a growing number of elected officials who received the vaccine this month, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Harris also responded to reporters' questions for a larger COVID relief as part of a year-end COVID relief and spending bill. A while back, I recommended that folks receive $2,000 checks, Harris said.
Down ready. That was easy. Thank you. I just barely felt it. I barely felt it. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Nurse Patricia. Thank you. Well, I want to thank United Medical Center for the work that you do in Southeast DC, serving a community that is often overlooked. So it is good to be here. And I have now been vaccinated, as Joe likes to say. There's a big difference between the vaccine and vaccinations. I want to encourage everyone to get the vaccine. It is relatively painless. It happens really quickly. It is safe. The Moderna, the Pfizer today, I had the Moderna vaccine. My husband is going to have it today as well. I look forward to getting the second vaccine. And literally, this is about saving lives. It's literally about saving lives. I trust the scientists, and it is the scientists who created and approved this vaccine. So I urge everyone, when it is your turn, get vaccinated. It's about saving your life, the life of your family members, and the life of your community. And so thank you, and let's all just do what we need to do to stay healthy and safe this holiday season and every day of the year. Thank you all. So I'm in Anacostia today because, first of all, we have phenomenal healthcare providers like Nurse Patricia who serve the community, and we have hospitals and medical centers and clinics like this all over the country who are staffed by people who understand the community, who often come from the community, and who administer all year round trusted health care. And so I want to remind people that right in your community is where you can take the vaccine, where you will receive the vaccine by folks you may know, folks who otherwise are working in the same hospital where your children were born, folks who are working in the same hospital where an elderly relative received the kind of care that they needed. So I want to remind people that they have trusted sources of help, and that's where they will be able to go to get the vaccine. So I encourage them to do that. Well, I actually have a bill for that. Where a while back, I recommended that folks receive a $2,000 check. And so I would urge Mitch McConnell to put my bill on the floor for a vote. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
$15 after the hour. It's your boy Moet the Don on the Moet Radio. You're
I'm star surfing, you can find me out of space, I pass the clouds, blowing loud. Take your blunts up to the face and I'm hydroplaning. Mix the vodka up with the gauge and slow it down, it don't move too fast. Sad at the light about 30 minutes, people mean mugging when they ride past. Got another one rolled in the ashtray. I'm going farther than outer space, can't pay me to take my smile away. Matter of fact, I'm riding one deep today, me and Mary J. Turned up to the maximum. I'm in my own lane, doing my own thing. I ain't even in the atmosphere. All you hear is myself bumping. I'm floating past the clouds. I'm up far away, nigga. You can't break me down. I'm chasing after dreams, homie, but I'm wide awake. And I barely get some sleep, but I'm thankful for the day. Hold the wheel with my knees while I'm breaking down the weed. And my music so loud, you can barely hear me breathe. Got the song on repeat, jamming Moet Entertainment. With A-Ray on the track, ain't no way you can contain. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. You can't see me cause I'm far away. I'm in my own zone. Ain't looking for no company, so you can leave me alone. The universe is mine, and I'ma go explode it. If I come back and you will be the last who gonna know it. Make it move and do it smooth. You don't even know what's happening. Can't put your finger on it, but you know the mo is bad, man. Murder tent on my windows, you can't see me past, man. I might swerve a second, but I got it. My bad, man, I'm far away. In the blink of an eye, soon as I roll the weed up and I give it some fire, my nigga steady telling me that he gonna retire. But me, I'm gonna do it till the day that I die. And ain't no shame, I tell you that I love me some Reaper. All that other shit a kid, so my nigga, you can keep it. I be far away, you can't find me no more. But I bet you hear me bumping, nigga, through your stereo. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. You can't see me cause I'm far away. You can't touch me cause I'm far away. And you can't see me cause I'm far away. And you can't touch me cause I'm far away. And you can't see me cause I'm far away.
Fast forward to the end, I keep it pushing like my name was Rick Ross. Yeah, I'm my own boss. You can't gain unless you're taking the loss. Don't come around unless you want some. You must be on some. I'm tired of this capping, popping, stun, faking, front. Quick to show your ass around these hoes. You must don't know I'm the mo. Peek you out from the door, let it go. All the real niggas love me. The fake hate and fear me. Got skills on the mic. All you gotta do is hear me. I'm the colonel of the tank. I'm the admiral of the ship. No loose lips round here, meaning I ain't said shit. Learned back in the day. All I had was myself when I had my first child. Put this shit up on the shelf with mouths to feed and raggedy shoes on my feet. Still lacing these beats. Nigga, what you know about me? Always on the grind, trying to get mine. 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 Cigarette still hanging from my lip. Seen the popos and now I know that it's my time to split. I don't hang around no drama, leave this shit to baby mamas. Yeah, I'm my own man, so I do what I wanna. Ain't it something? Yeah, the nigga got a mouth on him. Where the hell he from? I'm from the south. No wonder got hunger in my heart. From the start I'm going hard. Had to do what I had to do. Playing with these cards. Discard all the negativity surrounding me. Keep doing my thug thing till you see a better yet. Hear all that funk going on. Wrote a poem about it, then I turned it to a song. It's a trip. Slip up and hit that motherfucker. Now it's on again. Gotta do this shit again and again till I win. Till we meet again, pimpin'. I'ma keep it playalistic. Push the paper. Promise made about this Skrilla. For real, yeah, I'm always on the grind. Trying to get mine. Always on the grind. Trying to get mine. I'm always on the grind. Trying to get mine. I'm always on the grind. Trying to get mine. Yeah, I'm always on the grind. Trying to get mine. Always on the grind, trying to get mine. Yeah, I'm always on the grind, trying to get mine. Always on the grind, trying to get mine. Posted up on the block, know
way in Kirkley. Now I studying the police cause I'm selling my CDs. It be me, M-O-W-E to the T. On the grind once again, 24/7 where I be. Got 4 up in my pocket, 2 or 3 up in my hand. It ain't like that, just trying to get it. You understand? Mama showed me the road, but I had to travel alone. Daddy wasn't there, couldn't even call him on the phone. But I'm here, Lord knows I'm still here, and that's for sure. Trying to let my people hear about the struggles of the mo. And I'm looking at a dime, yeah, time up in that hole. Trying to keep my hand clean, that ain't where I'm trying to go. Stacking albums on my back, waiting for the perfect time. Mississippi, please believe, yeah, we gonna shine. I'ma be one of the first up in the line. That's why Moet Entertainment, yeah, we always on the grind, yeah, always on the grind. Trying to get it mine, always on the grind. Trying to get it mine, always on the grind. Trying to get it mine, always on the grind. Trying to get it mine,
Speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Mr. President.
The Senator for Vermont.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I want to concur with what Senator Schumer said. And what he said goes beyond economics. It goes beyond the desperation that tens of millions of working families are facing. It goes beyond the struggles of the people of Vermont or Kentucky. And let me just make it clear for the majority leader that 10 out of the poorest 25 counties in the United States of America are located in Kentucky. So maybe my colleague, the majority leader, might want to get on the phone and start talking to working families in Kentucky and find out how they feel about the need for immediate help in terms of a $2,000 check per adult. And I have the strong feeling that the people of Kentucky will respond no differently than the people of Vermont or New York. This last poll that I saw had 78% of the American people saying that they wanted and needed that type of help. But this discussion, frankly, is not just about the economic struggling of working families in this country. It's not just the massive levels of income and wealth inequality. It's about basic democracy. Now, what we have to do here on the floor, whether it's Senator Schumer or Senator McConnell or me, we got to talk in legalese. That's the language of the United States Senate, and the stuff sounds pretty complicated to the average person. But all that Senator Schumer and I are asking of the majority leader is a very simple request. Allow the members of the United States Senate to cast a vote. If you want to vote against $2,000 checks for people in your state, vote against it. I see Senator Toomey here. He has been clear about it. I suspect he will vote against it. I respect his opinion. But all that we are asking for is a vote. What is the problem? In the House, over 2/3 of the members of that body, including 44 Republicans, voted to say that at this time of economic desperation, working families deserve help and they deserve a $2,000 check. And as Senator Schumer just indicated, we have a very unlikely ally in President Trump. Nobody here has disagreed with Trump more times than I have. And yet here is what the leader of the Republican Party says. He says $2,000 ASAP. So even on this issue, amazingly enough, the President of the United States is right. So what all of this comes down to, my fellow Americans, is not even whether you agree with Senator Schumer and myself and 78% of the American people, or you agree with Senator McConnell, and I suspect Senator Toomey, that's fine. It's called democracy. We have differences of opinion. All that I am asking is give us a vote. What's the problem? Allow the United States senators to cast a vote as to whether or not they are for the $2,000 check or whether they're against it. We will need, as I understand it, 60 votes to win. That's a big hurdle. I don't know that we're going to win. There are a number of Republicans, to their credit, who have said they're ready to vote for it. I suspect there may be more, when given the opportunity, who will vote for it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we will lose. I think that would be unfortunate. But all that I am asking for right now is give us the opportunity to vote. What is the problem with that? So, Mr. President, with that, I will now go to Senate legalese and say, quote, I ask unanimous consent that at 11:30 a.m. on Thursday, December 31st, the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of H.R. 9051 to provide a $2,000 direct payment to the working class, that the bill be considered, read a third time, and the Senate vote on passage of the bill without intervening action or debate. Further, that if passed, the motion to reconsider be considered, made, and laid upon the table. Further, that immediately following the vote on H.R. 9051, the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of the veto message on H.R. 6395, that the Senate immediately vote on passage of the bill, the objections of the President to the contrary notwithstanding, with no intervening action or debate.
Is there objection?
Mr. President.
The Senator for Pennsylvania.
Mr. President, reserving the right to object, let me start by pointing out we are not in the same place that we were in back in March. Our economy is in nothing like the situation we faced during a moment in March when this body came together and voted unanimously, I believe, for the most extraordinary aid package, financial stimulus bill, however you care to characterize it, in the history of the world by far. Remember, where we were was we had closed down the economy. To a very large degree, the American economy had stopped functioning because state governments around the country decided they had to close it down. We can discuss, we can argue about whether that was a good decision or not, but given the limited knowledge we had about the nature of the COVID-19 threat, it was deemed to be the right thing to do. So we were on the verge of having no economy. That's never happened before in our history. So what did we do? We decided this calls for extraordinary measures, and we would try to use federal dollars as a substitute for the economy, just replace lost income on a massive, unprecedented scale. And we did. Almost $3 trillion we approved in that legislation. At the time, we included $1,200 per person. You could make an argument that that was an extremely inefficient use of those $1,200 per person, but at the time, given the circumstances, I understood why we didn't have many good options, and that was something we decided to do. So where are we now? We're in a very different place. Our economy is not in a free fall. Our economy is in a recovery mode. We're not back to where we want to end up. We're not back to where we were before March, but we've taken big steps in that direction. The economy grew at 33% last quarter. 33%. That's a tremendous recovery that is underway. More than half of all the people who lost their jobs earlier this year have regained their jobs. So we're not finished yet, but that's a huge step along the way. And now we're being told, after passing another extraordinary bill, this one almost $1 trillion, and including $600 per person, that that's not enough. We need to do $2,000 per person, despite the fact that we know for sure, we know for a fact, that the large majority of those checks are going to go to people who had no lost income. How does that make any sense at all, Mr. President? We know for sure that the majority of these people had no lost income. They didn't lose their jobs. And yet we're going to send them not $600, not the $1,200, but $2,000. So think about this. A married couple who both are working and have 2 kids, maybe they work for the federal government like 2 million odd people do. Maybe they work for a large company, the vast majority of which did not have large numbers of layoffs. So this 2-child, 2-income couple that makes 6 figures had no interruption, no diminishment of their income whatsoever. They're going to get $8,000 of money we don't have that is going to be either borrowed or printed. That's what it's all going to come down to. Mr. President, there are people who are still suffering from the economic fallout of this terrible COVID crisis. There's no question about it. We know there are people who are concentrated in a handful of industry for the most part, not exclusively, but people who have worked in the restaurant industry, people who work for hotels, travel, entertainment. So many of those people are still out of work, and their prospects of getting their old jobs back are not good in the short run. I sure hope they'll be good in the medium-term run, if not sooner. And our bill addressed that. It addressed that problem. How do we do that? With a new round of PPP loans, which are really grants to small businesses if they'll keep their workforce intact. Expansion of unemployment insurance benefits so that people who have historically been ineligible remain eligible so they can continue to collect unemployment benefits. An increase in the amount of unemployment benefits, a $300 a week overlay of federal money on top of whatever their state program is. $600 per person regardless of whether they lost income. All of that was passed just a few days ago. And now we're told we need to come back immediately right now and make sure that we're sending $2,000 checks to people who had no lost income. So for that reason, Mr. President, I object.
Objection is heard. Senator for Massachusetts.
Thank you, Mr. President, very much. And I rise to echo the sentiments of the senator from Vermont. He is right. The Republicans are wrong on this issue, on every single part of this debate. Senator Sanders is right. The Republicans are wrong. We're in the middle of an unprecedented crisis in our country. We have a health care crisis. We have an unemployment crisis. We have a hunger crisis. We have a housing crisis. We have an addiction crisis. We have a moral crisis in this country. The United States government should be responding to the needs, to the desperation of families in our country at this time. There's a crisis of faith that the American people have in its government's ability to respond to human suffering. Well, this institution has been created to respond to human suffering. That's our job. Tony Fauci has made it very clear that the worst of the pandemic is ahead of us, not behind us. We know what's coming, and yet we are not responding. We know this is not going away soon, and yet we are not responding. A program, Operation Warp Speed, was created to create a vaccine. But because for 7 months the Republicans have refused to fund the public health system of our country at the state and local level, we have Operation Snail Speed to put the vaccinations in the arms of the American people. It was anticipatable. Tony Fauci and others were warning us back in May, in June, in July. There would be a second wave, and the second wave could be bigger. We got the warning. The Republicans refused to heed that warning. And here we are now without the public health infrastructure to deal with the overflow capacity in emergency rooms, in ICUs all across the country, while simultaneously asking those same medical institutions to put vaccinations in the arms of healthy people without the resources provided by the federal government to help those states and local communities to deal with that crisis. Sometimes Daniel Patrick Moynihan would say that when you deal with an issue, you deal with it with benign neglect. If you don't want to help or you don't want to hurt, deal with benign neglect. What's happened with the Republicans this year is that they've created a program which is designed neglect. It's an actual plan not to provide the funding, not to provide the help for those families, for those communities, for those institutions that are now being overwhelmed and asked on top of that to put this extra burden of putting vaccinations in people's arms, but without the extra resources. And what do? On the Republican side, they throw out these red herrings, so many red herrings that you need to build an aquarium in the well here of the Senate in order to deal with all of them, that gets away from the central issue. Yes or no, up or down, will you provide $2,000 to Americans who are going to need it through what Tony Fauci is saying will be the worst part of this pandemic? Yes or no, up or down, where do they stand on this issue? Here's what we do know. Republicans seem more focused on funding the Defense Department than they do funding the defenseless in our country. And Americans are becoming more defenseless as each day goes by. The headlines are screaming that this panic that is absolutely understandable and based upon fact is sweeping our country. There is protection which the federal government should be providing to these families. We hear it. They're hungry. They could be without their homes. The addiction crisis is rising. They need help in their families. So from my perspective, we have a moment in time. And Donald Trump happens to agree with us, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And we do agree with him. He is right. We do need this help, which we should be providing to these families. And as we watch more...
Yeah. It's Coogee. Coogee the mayor. Coogee dirty money. Yeah. Red bandanas, gone with hammers, nigga, we be bout that anna. Sippin' on that chopper cannon, but light your ass up like a candle. Coogee boy is a crook, you niggas need to read my book. I can whip up two up out of one, so you lame ass nigga need to take a look. Glock 40 on my waistline, homie, so I don't even think you wanna try me. I got so much animosity, I can't let a punk bitch walk by me. Slap his ass hard with the gun as I can, just show him that I'm a deadly man. Have my boys pull up in a minivan, just don't be bitch ass in a trash can. Me and my niggas, man, we so real. Hollow points in the guns, we ain't a kill. All about the mighty motherfucking dollar bill. Ain't give a motherfucker about how you feel. We gon' take it, make you break it. Ain't no point, no need to fake it. Mask my face up like I'm Jason and got more pull than a fucking Mason. B is a B, nigga, that's my clique. Matter of fact, nigga, I own that shit. So a punk motherfucker better find out who the motherfucker he dealing with. Check my street rank on my gunner. Kick more shit than a fucking punter. I'm a blunter, you a Jonas. The police come, I'm a fucking runner. Just like baby, I'm a stunner. And gotta love that marijuana. Get it in from California, cause your boy, he is a stoner. Having dreams about this shit got me feeling anxious, bitch. Somebody told me one day that I was gonna be filthy rich. Them Benjamins, Grant Jacksons, and them Hamiltons got me daydreaming about the cash while I'm riding down Camerton. Roll up a Swisher and let's get high. My nigga is Coogee, boy the mayor. I'm just trying to get some money with you.